All right, Verlis, go ahead and tell us why you made the list. What is it? Is it every Pokemon? Is it just a VGC Pokemon? Let us know, Verlis. What's up with the list? A top
All
100.
right. So I've been competitive battling since late third generation. I've seen a lot of really fun strategies phase in and out of competitive viability just because the way the meta has worked, just because the way the games have changed. And using all that experience from playing both Smogon formats, VGC formats, any kind of random ideas and stuff, I've been trying to come up with lists for the top 100 competitive Pokemon, just as kind of like a reference so that everyone can be like, oh, I might see this guy, oh, or yeah, that guy's really overpowered, see a lot of him, just to understand what you might be facing and what's really strong right now or what has been strong in the past. I'm not trying to just limit it to things that are currently viable. I like bringing back some old, really good faves that are still somewhat useful now, just not as good as they used to be. And with that, like with any top list, this is entirely opinion, so try to take it with a grain of salt.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking at number 50 right now. So this block is the block of 50 through 41. We've already covered some of the other blocks, so definitely check the rest of those videos out on Verlis's channel. Here we go, guys. Number 50. One of the scariest Pokemon I think that I see in the game. It's Big Dog, Venusaur.
So Venusaur slash Mega Venusaur, he is a really strong Pokemon. I was like, you know what, he probably deserves just right on that 50 corner milestone. So people will hear about him. He's still getting a lot of like praise for it because even the top 50, that's still strong when you're considering over 700 Pokemon and all the other Pokemon that are coming next in the list. So Venusaur and Mega Venusaur, grass types got a big buff with the like how they aren't affected by Spore, Sleep Powder, and all those. And then they can turn around and use Sleep Powder for themselves. Mega Venusaur's a ton of stats, gives great utility with grassy terrain, just has a lot of things he can do. So that's Mega Venusaur.
And running with Charizard Y is always pretty nasty as well.
That chlorophyll ability for regular Venusaur and Charizard Y, you can pretty sweep out. You can sweep out pretty hard with that one.
Loving it, loving it. All right, now I can't see 49. I don't know what's coming next. The only thing I could see was 50. I have no idea what's next. So Verlis, you're probably going to have to take it from here once they show up. Anyway, number 49 on the list.
I decided to put Sableye at number 40 because prankster Pokemon are really strong just because you can get a status on your opponent before they have a chance to do anything about it. Sableye, he's really good for just getting down some statuses like Will-O-Wisp. That's probably one of his biggest one for prankster, which makes him really good. He also just has a lot of other things he can set up with and then use recover. So prankster recover is really nothing to mess with.
Who's messed up?
You're shaking your head. So he is used very widely and just has a lot of strength in that prankster.
Oh yeah, man. I run the prankster Sableye. I burned. That's how I lived. I burned a Garchomp and I burned a Tyranitar, recovered, and they died. That was it. It was awesome. Sableye, dirty Pokemon right there.
Especially with like the physical meta game right now, where a lot of Pokemon are like if you burn them, they're going down.
Yeah, and the ghost typing is nice too. Can't get hit by normal type attacks. Usually forces Fake Out onto a different Pokemon, so then you can still get the Will-O-Wisp off turn 1, and he can carry Fake Out. But that's 49. I know we don't have to go into the whole spiel about him. I know we're supposed to get through these, so let's go on to 48. Sableye is one of my favorites, so that's why I threw in my little 2 cents. 48 on the list. Who's it going to be? Oh, nice, Noivern.
People are going to hate me on this one, but honestly, when you're looking at the dragon archetype, where it's going to be either some kind of really fast dragon that's 4 times weak against ice, or has a lot of weaknesses, can't cover a good coverage, Pokemon like that, Noivern fits in. If he doesn't one-hit KO his opponent, he's getting one-hit KO'd himself. He does have a lot of great damage coverage with Boom Burst now, and he's a dragon type, so he has tons of speed and tons of damage. I just personally haven't seen like a lot of strength in running multiple dragons because you're generally going to have a Garchomp pick, a Salamence pick, a Noivern pick, one of those. Like every team will have one, but which one you need depends on your team, and I say that Noibat is probably on the bottom of that list, even though he's one of the faster ones.
I would agree with you there too, because I like to intimidate on Salamence as well. But he does have Infiltrator, which can be
he
cool.
does have Infiltrator. So if your opponent is using sub or screens, he works really well in doubles because Klefki, Meowstic, they usually try to open up some screens. Nope.
Nope. All right, sick. Noivern coming in at 48. 47. Who's it going to be? Holy crap. Oh my god, it's 47. We're getting there. All right, 47 on the list. Shuckle, you didn't, dude. You didn't.
Shuckle is so good, especially now that Infestation is a thing. Protect, Infestation, Toxic. You don't need much else on him. Rest. Something like that. And then they die from just the Infestation percent health and Toxic percent health before they have a chance of switching out.
That's true. Infestation locks you in, correct?
Yes, there's nothing more frustrating in singles, and even in doubles he can do a lot of scary things.
Cool, I love Shuckle. I think I'm actually going to have to run one. Uh-oh, might have to run a Shuckle. All right, that's the Shuckle, 46 on tap. Here we go. Ooh, that Mega, though.
Yeah, so I have thanks to Tommy Case, because there's only, like, one good image of Mega Alakazam, because there's no, like, official art, so Tommy Case did the art for this, and I really like it. It looks awesome.
It does look awesome.
Back to Mega Alakazam, he's number 46 because he's strong. Alakazam has been a big pick back in 4th gen, 5th gen, where a lot of that sweeping power, that speed, and that special attack really meant a lot. Now it's started to drop off, and with Mega Gengar, Alakazam isn't as much of a pick, but I feel like he's kind of a sleeper Pokemon that more people should be picking him because in singles, he can definitely outspeed a Gengar, definitely out-KO a Mega Gengar. So there are those things that you want to look at, because he does have more damage and more speed, but people, they're feeling that his utility isn't good. He doesn't have as much things to do. He can Psychic, he can Dazzling Gleam, he can Focus Blast, and that's about it. But if they're super effective hits, your opponent's gone.
Yeah, this guy's crazy strong. The only thing that ever scares me about his Megas, you know, like you said, he's so frail. It's sometimes nice to run the standard Alakazam with a...
Indeed.
There it is, Revenge Killer all day, but... The power of this Pokemon is actually pretty insane, and it hits hard, hits like a truck. Well, special attack, like a special truck, like a special truck. Okay, yes. So number 45.
We could become terrible people right now. Let's keep moving on.
There we go. Oh, there it is, man.
So Sylveon's getting a ton of play right now. Anti-Dragon Tank right here, just good special defense. Can become a little defensive bulky. Has a lot of just overall damage, supporting just a very strong Pokemon, getting quite a bit of picks.
Yeah, I like Sylveon a lot. Well, 45, that's her Sylveon. 44 on deck. Here we go. Aggron. Wait, Aggron, not Aggron. Oh, that's right. So, I'm sorry. Aggron, I'm sorry.
I'm wondering if people have been waiting for this one since I announced Fear Rattata way back when. This is a better form, Fear Aggron. So what you want to do is give him the ability Sturdy. Back in 5th generation, when Sturdy was changed from full health going to, like, if they're at full health, it prevents a knockout. So it's kind of like always having a Focus Sash. The idea is you give him a Shell Bell and Endeavor. So Endeavor does enough damage, Shell Bell puts you back at full, and then you need to have Sandstorm. So back in 5th gen, this was strongest because Sandstorm, you bring out Tyranitar, Sandstorm's there for the rest of the game. Now it only has 5 turns, so he can only pick up 2 or so kills, instead of just actually being able to 6-0 sweep, which Aggron has done before. So you would want to run him level 1, but it is really fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, sorry I said Aggron, but yeah, I knew that was an Aggron. I just got excited when I saw him, because I was interested in having him on here because... Yeah, the Fear Rattata, and that's funny that he made it even higher on the list, so that's exciting to see.
It's reusable on him, which is really awesome.
Yeah, that's true. You're right, with the Shell Bell, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's 44, so 43 coming up. Here it is. Lucario.
Yeah, Lucario, he isn't really much lower on the list or higher on the list because with his Mega Evolution, he's missing out on a little extra, like, from the Focus Sash that could keep him alive. And overall, he's just fast, has damage, and not too great overall when you're trying to really weigh him with other Mega Pokemon. But on his own, just as a non-Mega Pokemon, he's still pretty strong. Again, there are other picks that can easily work around him.
Cool. Lucario, 43. 42 on deck. Here it is. Don't know what it is yet, but 42. Dun, 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 dun.
Dusclops. Eviolite Dusclops is one of the most terrifying Pokemon you can run into. Pretty much guaranteed Trick Room setup right there because you're not going to be able to knock that out. Then he also has Pain Split for health sustain. He has access to Will-O-Wisp, so you can start using him really annoyingly. He can also be a Toxic Staller if you want him to do that. And I'm trying to remember what it was. The Battle Tower back in 4th Gen had this one Dusclops that would just spam Double Team, go Toxic and Protect. That was before Eviolite came into play, so now you can run that, and then it would rest. So I mean, you could do that as just a pure dedicated Toxic Staller that can't be touched.
Yeah, that sounds
really
pretty brutal. Thank the Lord I didn't see any of those things in VGC. That sounds horrible.
It is.
All right, so that's 42. Holy crap, this is the last one of this block.
Oh, wow, yeah, we're already at 41.
Who's it going to be? Yeah, we're already there. 41 on deck. Oh, Typhlosion, right?
Typhlosion. Typhlosion is a very good, very strong Pokemon. People love him. And that Eruption, as we were talking about earlier with the Water Spout on Blastoise, Eruption on Typhlosion is a lot stronger just because Typhlosion has the speed to out-damage the opponent, stay at full health, keep putting out some huge hits.
Definitely, yeah. Typhlosion's really, really scary. That's awesome, Verlis. So that's the top, or that's part of the top 100 right there. Block of 50 through 41. Verlis, do you want to tell anyone where they can catch this on your YouTube, right?
Yeah, this is going to be on my YouTube channel. I already have the rest of the list on a playlist, so I'll probably put that somewhere in the description, wherever video things go.
Yes, video things. Awesome, Verlis. Well, good to have you on again today, man. And hit me up again in the future when you want to come back on and do that block of 40 through 31. That's going to be intense. Are you trying to crunch the numbers now, or are you switching Pokemon around, or do you think you got it?
I've been switching Pokemon around. Like, I'll kind of go back over the list, and I'm like, what was I thinking? And I'll, like, drop Pokemon around, like, oh, this just kind of messed up everything. Now I got to move more and more and more.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to see the rest. Shoot me an email whenever you want to go over that.
As always, thanks for having me, because it's cool to be able to, like, talk about my list somewhere else.
Definitely. No worries, man. All right. Well, I will talk to you soon. Dap's going out to a Verlis long distance. Those
Awesome.
Daps to Colorado, buddy. And